Okay. My name is Brenda A. Paulson. I am a registered voter in the state of Washington State in the county of Pierce. I live at the address listed in my written affidavit and make this statement and affidavit upon oath and affirmation of belief and personal knowledge in the matters and facts that if forth herein are true and correct to the best of my knowledge. My son, Anthony B. Paulson, who was born on January 27th, 1983, has been incarcerated since December 27th, 2018 in Pierce County, and he was sentenced in Pierce County Superior Court. He entered the Washington State Department of Correction custody and was assigned his DOC number on March 28, 2019. He was residing at the same address as I was and was registered to vote using the same address. I and my husband now reside at this same address and maintain his home so he can return to it upon his release. I and my husband are registered to vote at this address. Since December of 2018, Pierce County has been sending Anthony B. Paulson ballots to mail in any election in this last time period. I have always shredded and left unused his previously received ballots. It has been over a year, actually going on 2 years. Yet I see that my son's name has not been removed from the Pierce County voter roll as required by law. I have read both on the Secretary of State website, the Pierce County Auditor's websites, and in the Washington Code that voter rolls are to be reconciled as per the Washington State Superior Court records. Yet our son, who would be on the Pierce County Superior Court records as a convicted felon, is still getting ballots by mail. I, as a concerned citizen of Pierce County, question the accuracy of the Pierce County voter roll as used in the general election of 2020. I ask how many other ineligible voters in Pierce County received ballots. How many of those ballots were returned, filled out, and counted as part of the 2020 election results, therefore disenfranchising mine and other citizen votes. I declare under the penalty of perjury in the laws of Washington State, the foregoing is true and correct. And my second concern with the accuracy of the Washington vote of 2020 is that we checked, I, my husband's, and our daughter-in-law, who also lives at the same address and is registered to vote at the same address, checked our family's ballots on the website provided by Washington State, https://voter.washington.gov/where-to-vote.aspx, and found that all 3 ballots are marked, returned, and accepted on the same day as they were mailed out. In Washington, you cannot have this happen. A ballot is mailed, received at our homes, and then returned by the voter to a remote drop box or via mail or to the auditor's office in person. So your ballot cannot be mailed and returned on the same day. I have screenshots of the website showing these dates. We received our ballots in our home at our home around October 20th, but we did not return them in person to the auditor's office until at least a few days to up to a week earlier. We wanted to hand deliver them because we did not trust the remote access ballot drop boxes or the United States Postal Service to deliver them accurately. We returned our ballots in person around October 23rd to the Pierce County Auditor's Office, along with Anthony Paulson's unused, unopened ballot to remind them and warn the Pierce County Auditor that he was an ineligible voter. Those are my concerns about the possibility of my vote and other citizens of Pierce County, Washington, having their votes disenfranchised. Thank you.
Yes, I see that. Thank you. My name is Kevin Paulson. I reside in Pierce County, Washington State, and I make these statements an affidavit upon oath and affirmation, belief, and personal knowledge that the matters and facts set forth herein are true and correct to the best of my knowledge. After viewing my ballot status as accepted on the same day that it was sent out, I decided to call the Pierce County Auditor's Office. When I called, I asked how it was possible that my vote was received before the day it was actually returned. They told me that it was sent out on the 16th of October, but the record showed that it was sent on the 20th of October, so that it would prevent multiple calls from people asking where their ballots were, requesting duplicate ballots too soon, which made little sense to me. I said it seemed a bit fishy that they were playing games with the dates, because that would surely make for easier for the vote to be counted or as something other than what it was, to which her reply was to hang up. She obviously didn't like my statement, which tells me I'm over the target. I called again and got someone else on the phone. I explained my first call to her, and I asked if she was going to hang up if I said something she didn't like. She responded with, "Calm down." I was calm. I'm just very matter of fact, and that doesn't seem to be something that people deal well with here. I told her I was calm and to give me my information. She then asked for my identifying information to look up my vote status. She stated that she thought it looked like my ballot may have been received on the 20th. I informed her it wasn't possible because I dropped it off on the 22nd or 23rd. She then said it came on the 22nd and there was a question on my signature and it was delayed in acceptance until the 23rd. I asked if that was what she actually knew or if that was what she said. She said she would call me back and I could give her my number. She continued with repeated and several explanations without ever taking my number. I tried to interrupt, but I knew it was a waste of time anyway. This is the next one, another affidavit I'm filing. After viewing my, let's see, that's the same one. Sorry, got to get the other one. A few years back, we lived in, before the 2016 general election, we lived in Thurston County. My wife and I decided we would like to tour the Thurston County ballot counting facility. We went in, had several questions we wanted answered. I saw 1 to 2 people working at the adjudication stations in the facility. I asked where the final count was reported from, to which the person giving the tour to us stated over there, pointing to a gentleman in the corner of the building working on a computer. I told her I had several questions for him. She stated she could not take us to the computer, but would have to take my questions to him, which she did. Those questions were, is there dedicated ground for the computers in the building, or were they just using the building's ground? Is the program being used, the GEMS program? Was he aware of something called fraction magic? His response was angry. An angry one, telling her he needs to leave, he doesn't belong here. It was loud enough for me to hear from approximately 10 feet away. Right after my wife and I were shown the door. And this is how they basically treat voters in this state. They don't care what you think. They don't care what you want. They're in charge, and you're there to serve them. I do attest and witness that the affidavit submitted. Okay. All right. Was there a third one for me? I don't remember.
Yes, where you took Anthony's ballot in yourself?
Oh, yes. I physically delivered Anthony's unopened ballot at the above address in Pierce County, of course, which was the Pierce County Auditor's Office. A male staff member took the unopened ballot envelope and he placed it in a bin and told me that he would take care of it. I don't know if it ever got taken care of. I don't know if we're still going to get Anthony's ballots coming to our location or what the deal is, but I seriously doubt anything was done other than to just get rid of it. I discussed percentages on the phone of actual votes compared to registered voters with the folks that I called. And according to them, the turnout in most counties was under 38%. Yet I find that in all of the corridor counties, Pierce, King, so forth, all of the blue counties were all at 78% to 82%. I find that very interesting that they're the only ones that are interested in voting in a year that probably more people voted than any other year in the nation's history. I definitely find it fishy that red counties are low and blue counties are high, and that's where all the decisions are made. And of course, when I moved into the state in 2012, I knew that voting against the regime here would only count my vote as probably 3/5 of a vote, because I was very aware of what fraction magic would accomplish. So as far as I'm concerned, this is no better than the Jim Crow days. Conservatives are no better than blacks were when they were 5/8 of a man constitutionally in this state. And that's the way it's been since we've been here. And I don't expect it to change unless something forcefully is done. And that's my statement.